Hey everyone, this is Mikedot, and welcome back to the channel. I'm joined today with my bro, Afromania. How you doing?
I am doing wonderful today. It's Tuesday that we're recording this, so everything feels good. Everything feels wonderful and good. And we got some things to talk about right now, especially one coming from Sony PlayStation of the announced PS5 Pro and some other things, right?
Yeah, so as you said, the PS5 Pro has just been announced, and so far gamers for the most part aren't really happy with what they revealed when it comes to, well, a lot of things. Besides that, we also want to talk about a rumor discussing GTA 6 and how it may or may not be delayed. And Ubisoft is not in a good position right now, especially when it comes to finances. But going off on like the more recent news, again, the PS5 Pro has just been announced, and its price. The first thing we gotta say, the price, $700 for basically what you're getting is like a graphics and performance upgrade, and no disk drive, no stand. Again, $700 for basically some like little performance upgrades. I feel like it's a little bit too much, and I'm not alone in that sentiment, because a lot of people also think that the price is way too high for what you're getting. Is basically just like a small little like upgrade that really isn't that big. What do you think so far? What do you think?
I totally agree with you. I had, like I said, I had the opportunity to also watch that little 10-minute conference, whatever the hell that was, anyway, about the PS5 Pro, and that's way too much for a system that's been out for 5 years now. We're 5-6 years into this generation right now, PS5 at this moment, because it got announced in 2020. The announcement was 2020, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like that's ridiculous for basically for a firmware update. But at the same token, I'm not shocked that we're going through this, because it is kind of funny how, gamers will sit down and complain about something like this, about having $700 updates, but Apple continues to get away with it almost every year when it comes with their phone. Just simple frame updates. So it is kind of funny how one is acceptable but the other one's not. But yeah, in this case, that's a little too much, man, for just simple like better graphic fidelity and better sound and stuff like that, which continues to prove why the PC continues to be the grandmaster race of all consoles on the planet.
I mean, game consoles are basically just like, just like watered down PCs.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and I have nothing against game consoles.
I don't have anything against game consoles too, though. But it's stuff like this is why like PC gaming is generally better, because at least when you have to make a change, it's very modular. You can just pull out your desktop. You can pull out your desktop hood and change whatever needs to be changed, and you can keep it going.
Very much so, because at $700, I might as well use that money to buy a new like graphics card for my PC, because I know my CPU is actually pretty good. It's I believe it's an i9. It's like 9900K, like special.
Rub it in.
Well, again, it's a couple of years old, so it's not that special now, but it's still a pretty powerful CPU. My GPU is a GTX 270 Super. Yeah. And again, that's several years old at this point. It's actually kind of showing its age. So I'm thinking about maybe upgrading to the 3000 series, because the 4000 series is like way too expensive. And like the 3000 is still like obviously very very good, and a lot of like stuff are still like supporting that series of
and again, when it comes to like upgrades and stuff like that, I know that there's other great channels out there on YouTube that tend to do a lot of benchmark performance in terms of games and different programs that are being honestly run. But honestly, at the end of the day, as long as it runs the things that you need to run, it's not that overly big difference, other than you're just a big gearhead, tech head that cares about benchmark performances and stuff like that. Like which is only like a hair difference, not that big of a difference, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, I would say so, but only good thing I would say about at least the presentation is that it was very short. It didn't waste anyone's time.
Yeah,
showing off what it was about.
Yeah, went straight into the disappointment. That's pretty good. Good job.
I mean, and it only showed like a bunch of like first party games as their examples. They didn't use anything third party, which is a little annoying, but yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Overall, again, the presentation and the product that they're, again, it's just. It's too expensive for the price. I would say.
It is. Now, I mean, for the system, yes, it's clearly better. I think we can agree and say it's clearly better fidelity, better sound, better performance. Overall, it does look better. It's just, we're not paying for that.
I mean, they didn't even really upgrade like the audio quality. It was just mostly just the graphics. Like I said, upgraded CPU.
Mostly, and then AI technology learning,
like AI upscaling.
Yeah,
and like ray tracing. But honestly, even for a guy that like obviously wants more power out of my CPU and power out of my GPU, I really don't care about ray tracing all that much. To be perfectly honest with you, I have turned it on a little bit when I'm playing like Cyberpunk, and the reflections look nice, it looks more realistic, but obviously the performance hit really isn't that like great.
Yeah,
like again, only like enthusiasts really care about stuff like ray tracing. I'm not really an enthusiast. I just want something that performs well.
Yeah.
And again, even in their presentation, they said like 30%, like over like 30% of, was it 30%? Like, I have to look at the presentation again, but they said a good chunk of people like to play using performance mode over fidelity. And obviously this new upgrade with the PS5 Pro tries to bridge the gap between both, which is nice, but again, $700.
Yeah, goes back to Pro. And even with frame rate, frame rate issues and stuff like that. What I forgot. What can the eye really capture? I forgot. After 60 frames per second, it's not.
I mean, no.
What's the highest after that? Like to the point where you can't. It's not.
I am not too sure. I mean, the whole like the eye can't see higher than 60 frames is just not true, because again, I have a monitor that goes up to 165 megahertz, and I can definitely see a difference. It's way more smoother. It's way more smoother and responsive, and you can definitely does make a difference, especially if you like playing certain competitive games where every like frame counts.
Okay, all right. So like fighting games, obviously. Well, that's more like
not necessarily fighting games. I would say more like FPS games,
first-person shooter games.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, I think the upgrades are nice. I mean, if you already have a PS5, I think there's really very little reason to get this.
None. And again, a lot of these games are starting to head over to PC anyway. So like even bigger of a reason why it makes no sense why you would put out this price point, because a lot of Sony games are going to be available on. Some of them are available on PC, like Helldivers. So I don't understand their idea of that.
Again, it's just like they're doing the same thing as Microsoft, is that they're trying to just expand the brand, because they feel like obviously they're losing money if they don't appeal to the PlayStation crowd, because obviously it's a big market on the PC. So why not just pull some of that to at least get them into the PlayStation ecosystem, just like Microsoft is doing. Like
I understand that, but again, which to me makes a hell of a no reason why you would put PS5 Pro at the price point that they mentioned.
I mean, I guess just for more of the enthusiast types of people, and for the people who just don't want to like fiddle with PCs. They just want something to just like I just want something where I just put it on my table,
plug and play,
put it,
that's
put
fine.
a game in, that's
and
it,
with a little bit better fidelity, with better performance. I get it. I understand that. But yeah, clearly again, PS5 Pro is not made for us, so it's not targeted for us.
Yeah, I would
for the reasons we said.
Okay. Getting into more of a rumor mill, GTA 6. Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, GTA 5 has been out for so long, it's kind of the definitive GTA game that comes into your head at that point. But anyway, again, GTA 6 is rumored to be delayed. Again, it hasn't been confirmed nor has it been denied. But yeah, some rumors popped up saying that the game may be delayed to 2026. Reasons probably haven't been given, but a lot of people speculate that this is following the demise of Concord because of how poorly that game did. Some people are suggesting that maybe they want to delay the game because they want to restructure some like imagery or some of the story and narrative in GTA 6. Again, nothing has been confirmed or denied. Also, a lot of people have been asking if this is delays because of a potential PC port, because the PC version of GTA 5 got delayed for a longest time before PC got their hands on it, compared to a lot of console versions, and they're thinking they may want to delay in order to do a simultaneous release. So that is another possibility, but again, nothing has been confirmed or denied at this point.
Okay, that's very interesting, because for a while they said that GTA 6 was just going to be console only. And like you said, like what they did with GTA 5, they released it for consoles and then later on for PC. A year afterwards?
Yeah,
afterwards. But maybe basically on how the landscape of AAA gaming has gone, I think this probably makes better sense if that's the case. Just how everything that's been going with the AAA game landscape, but they probably want to be able to max out the best in their monies. So let's delay one more year to make a PC port. Again, rumor, we don't know that, but it's just being speculated. It would make sense for them to delay it again. That being saying, that's going to upset a lot of people, because people, this game was a year out, but still to know if it is a rumor to be hearing that it's being pushed back again, that is slightly different and stuff like that. Here's an interesting story. Do you think, in terms of like we talked very heavily with how AAA space has been garbage, do you think GTA 6 is kind of weirdly like the last hope, in hoping that this works out, for companies, for a company like Rockstar, like any hope of we can continue this?
Yeah, absolutely. Like a lot of the Western AAA industry is actually riding on this game, especially again after the failure of Concord, and like so many like AAA Western games failing to like meet like the sales expectations. Like a lot of people are sweating bullets. Like Rockstar in specific are sweating bullets.
I could say
in
that.
fact, I believe there was like an article saying that they're actually worried about any particular backlash that this game might get, which again rides into the rumor mill about the games being delayed, because like this game has to be a grand slam. Not anything short of that is a failure.
Yeah.
And like, and you better believe that investors, like other game companies, the whole like the gaming industry all over the world is watching
this one. Yeah, I kind of figured. I kind of figured that they were gonna make a delay. It would probably trying to make it the best they possibly can. Like I said, the space has been pretty much failing at this point, so that would make sense.
I mean, personally, I haven't played a GTA game since GTA 3, so
I
couldn't care less if the game succeeds or fails. but I know a lot of people are looking forward to this game.
Yeah.
And for
It's
the
a big
most
deal.
part, I hope that they get the game they want, because, like, again, this is a game that really has to land.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, like, oh boy, the industry is in trouble.
And I understand that too, and it's a tricky transition too, because like you said, GTA 5 has made them a lot of money, man. Especially once they went online, and you look at all the communities and all the skets and all the stuff that you've seen with people, like people role play in GTA 5.
Yeah, 5M.
Yeah,
know.
it's a serious thing. So yeah, I think they're looking at that, and yeah, you're right. We have to. This has to be good. Just like you said, with the PC version too, that that people can start doing that immediately, as versus of waiting for a year for the game to come out. Like,
Okay, well, personally speaking, like, I like the premise of GTA 6, because this is the first GTA game to star a female, which again, and there's also like a male. He has a male sidekick in the game, which is
it's
nice.
like a Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, exactly.
Situation.
That's what I was thinking. I really hope, and I like that idea. I just really hope they don't screw that up. Like, don't put any weird messaging. Just have it a love story about two robbers.
Yeah, but GTA has always been kind of on that weird edge with stuff like that.
Yeah,
like, but in terms of satire, they've always rocked that edge.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, but the thing is, the Rockstar announced that they wanted to quote unquote clean up their act.
I don't know. No,
Yeah.
what does that even mean?
I mean, again, it's what you think it means. They want to try to make the game more culturally sensitive, a little less offensive, that sort of thing, and that's completely like
That'd be
against
anti-Rockstar. And
exactly.
What GTA has
Or,
always
like,
tried to
Rockstar
be.
has.
Like, they've already stole like the Joker dude too. You've seen the photo of the Joker guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one, like, Florida guy.
The Florida Joker
arrested.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, that's what Rockstar said. Like, the company. Obviously, a lot of the old heads who used to work at Rockstar are no longer there, and that this company is basically at the mercy of Take-Two Interactive. And that's the company that really calls the shots when it comes to these games now.
Yeah.
And they have not been very, nice. They're not the nicest company when it comes to, like, business. Like, for one instance, I remember Gorilla's music video. What was Valley of the Pagans? Valley of the Pagans for GTA 5. Really awesome music video, really awesome song by the Gorillaz that they got permission, the band for Gorillaz got permission from Rockstar to shoot the entire music video inside GTA 5, which was really cool. It obviously was spliced in with some animation from the Gorillaz band. But Take-Two said no, so they had to take the music video down and completely reshoot it. Which was a really of a dick move of them. Also, Take-Two also had an issue with another indie game from the EA originals. It Takes Two, if you remember that game.
Yes.
Yeah, the Joseph Ferris game.
Yeah.
Yeah, really awesome. Also, It Takes Two, really awesome co-op game. Yeah, Take-Two had an issue was simply with the title of the game called It Takes Two. like, are you kidding me with this company? It's so bad.
That doesn't make any sense. And there's a song based on that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, is just 2K just going after everybody on that?
It's just stupid. And
God.
like, again, overall, the company claims that they've, like, changed their image and stuff like that, which, again, it goes against, like, Rockstar and how it's a company that has always been about boundary pushing, but so staying on the safe and narrow seems like it's not, if it doesn't, like, go off the edge like it usually does, it's I don't think it's going to be as popular as it used to.
Listen, again, like I said, there's some rumors. We don't know that. Again, I don't know if slightly changes of that is going to make the game any less appealing, though. But again, we don't know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't know. It's just a lot of speculating right now, and then in the world of Take-Two and Rockstar at the moment. So.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
So for our final topic, Ubisoft. Like, Ubisoft has just found themselves in the middle of an investor war because, like, a lot of like investors are not happy with the current state of the company. Obviously, you have the Star Wars Outlaws not really living up to expectations. Assassin's Creed Shadows pre-orders are not looking very strong. Obviously, Skull and Bones was a flop. You got X-Defiant, which is apparently not doing so well. And again,
Trash.
yeah, a lot of this company is very mismanaged, according to the investors. You even got like hedge funds saying like this company really needs to actually focus on delivering a good product to the gamers. Again, this is like a hedge fund company saying this. Obviously, they're not really focused on like, you know, making video games and like obviously just investing into the company. And they're saying
but you're
stuff
effing
like
with my
this.
money right now,
Exactly.
dude. Come on, like make some good games. Shit.
It's basically, yeah. But again, a lot of like minorities like stakeholders and investors are complaining and saying like, yeah, if you don't do something about this, we're gonna like have to do something about you guys. Like the head of Ubisoft, because they like sent out an email to like Ubisoft to a bunch of shareholders, again to the CEO of Ubisoft and I believe Tencent Holdings, saying that we are going to like, you know, form like a proxy battle against you guys to own more shares of the company and get them boot the CEO out because you guys are screwing with our money at this point.
Yeah.
Not to mention that there's a word of the CEO's family also buying like shares when it's extremely low so they can control more of the company compared to like other investors, so other investors don't get a hold of it. So basically working in tandem.
It's a financial war, to own as much ownership as possible.
Yeah, it's extremely messed up that like they would do something like that.
And pretty illegal too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
it's probably illegal.
Yeah, I don't think you can let your family members own that much stock together.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just like at this point, like this company is just like, again, so many like good IPs. I think they mentioned by name games like Splinter Cell, Rayman are being underutilized. Like people want these are like really good franchises that people want to see, and you're not using them. Me personally, I'm asking, where the hell is Beyond Good and Evil 2?
Yeah, that game was never coming out.
Hey, like at this point, even if it does,
no
I don't
cares.
think like even if
no one's gonna care.
It's like even if it does come out, I was like, do I really even want it at this point?
Who cares
like,
at this point?
No, it's just that again, it's just like the Beyond Good and Evil 1 was such a pretty like, you know, like cult classic game. And from what they wanted to do with Beyond Good and Evil 2, I wasn't even sure if it was a sequel or a prequel story, but either way, like I liked what the idea behind it was, like this open world like adventure game where you like, you know, you have like a little fleet and you can travel to different different like towns, different like planets and stuff like that. And it's just like, again, it's been like a completely directionless like development.
It's a
apparently.
directionless mess at the moment.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's now surpassed Duke Nukem Forever as the biggest, longest game in development now.
Oh my God.
And that's not good, man.
No, but this seems to be just kind of the pattern right now at Ubisoft at the moment. A lot of these games have just been in long delays. Like you said, Beyond Good and Evil was announced maybe 7-10 years ago, almost a decade. We're probably now pushing for that, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the whole situation with Skull and Bones was just as bad for a while. Let's take the mini game from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and let's try to turn an entire game from that. And the only reason why they stuck on it because they opened a studio in Singapore right now for the tax break, and that's the only reason why they had to get a game, and it just comes down for the mismanagement of all the teams. Like, they don't seem to have any kind of direction for a lot of their games at this moment in terms of what they want to do. And because of that, and these games continue to go into these terrible cycles, teams, art directors, management are always constantly coming in and out, and that's bad for the employees too, because there's no leadership in what direction they want to make this game. And from what I'm also hearing from that, I heard that like it was always constantly starting from ground zero. They would scrap ideas and plans over and over again, to the point that they had to get something out that was trash, absolutely trash, and nobody cared about playing at the moment right now. And on top of that, you also have controversies right now with the Assassin's Creed game at the moment. That's not really helping out at that moment. It just seems to be like one constant trip over and over, whatever your opinions are on that. It's been a constant marketing PR trip over that and stuff like that. And just like that, it seems like any popular games that are currently out right now, it's just not fun. You know, people are just not gravitating to it at the moment. So yeah, it's really going to be... I don't know. I am very curious to see what the earnings call the fourth quarter, either not this upcoming. It wouldn't make sense. I don't think we'd hear about it. It would have to be next year's earning calls with Ubisoft.
Yeah,
because from what everything a lot of games are not. Even how Star Wars Outlaws been looking like too, and that's
not good at all. It's like, I think it's completely underperforming, and not surprising because the game didn't look that great. Obviously, the protagonist doesn't look that great. It's just a very underwhelming like game where you can't really like you're on a very straight and narrow path on what you can do in the game. It's not like GTA Star Wars, which is what a lot of people expected, and it's really not that kind of experience.
Yeah.
And
but Ubisoft games have never really been that GTA-ish, if that makes... I mean, maybe back in the day with Assassin's Creed though, but I never really even felt that way with Assassin's Creed. I felt that they were kind of like handholdish a little bit. There weren't like exploitation where you can do what you want. I mean, you can, but it was, it was never really like that. Or maybe it was. Maybe with like Watch Dogs. I think they tried to be GTA-ish.
Yeah,
with both the Watch Dogs games.
Very much so. But yeah, again, as it said, just like again, underutilization of franchises. Again, mentioned here, Rainbow Six Siege Division being pushed back to 2025 is a big mistake, according to the investors. And yeah, they're saying like the CEO, the Gilmont family in Tencent having too much control over the company, saying like, yeah, we want the CEO gone. The entire company needs to be restructured at this point, because you guys are failing the investors, and you guys are failing the customers at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of weird coming from a bunch of billionaires, right? Sure. But okay, here's the situation. Do you feel any more comfortable with the shareholders wanting to bounce out the family, the Gilmont family? Because I don't know. The way that we talk about these companies, I don't feel any comfortable with shareholders trying to find something to replace it for the sake of Ubisoft either, right?
Yeah, I mean, because for the most part, like, they could very much give this company away if they do gain control, and give it to a company like Blackstone, which again is probably not going to do a good job.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Or I can see next year's call is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Because if it's not good, it wouldn't shock me to hear that Ubisoft starts folding, and then they start selling assets away. And then Microsoft and Sony have to come in and collect those assets, which once again is now we're once again losing another major company in video gaming, and it's now being fed to a bigger, larger conglomerate, which is really killing, which is going to suck in terms for me in the gaming industry. Whatever you think about like a company of Ubisoft at the moment, that would suck even more, knowing that a lot of those assets get split off to other companies.
Yeah, very much so. I think it's gonna happen if it keeps going down this path, because I don't see Assassin's Creed Shadows doing very well, especially with so much controversy surrounding it. Like I said, Japan is definitely completely off on that game. They are going to deny that game because obviously because they pissed off Japan the most with what they did with Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yeah.
And again, Star Wars Outlaws just not very good. And again, just they're not giving people the franchises that they want to see again. Yeah, I think it's curtains for like Ubisoft at this point, unless something big changes.
Yeah, and they have nothing really. And they don't really have. Well, no, that's not true. Just Dance 2025 coming out right now. That's the game that's gonna save the company.
I mean, that's the game that has been saving the company for years at this point. Like, it's Just Dance. Just Dance is always at the top of their list when it comes to revenue. Like, people just love that game. And to be fair, it is a fun little party game, and it's just like it is nice to just to get up, move your body with your friends and stuff like that. And since there's no Dance Dance Revolution anymore, so that's basically our generation's Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Ubisoft, get your shit together.
Yeah, no, I agree. It stinks.
So anyway, that's it for this video. What did you think about the topics we discussed here today? What do you think about the PS5 Pro? Do you think it's too expensive? Do you think you might pick one up? What do you think about GTA 6 possibly getting delayed? And what do you think about the Ubisoft and their current state of affairs? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I am Mikedot with Afromania, and we are saying peace.
Take care.